Fingers are closed. The rein is in the second joint. You don't hold reins like that. You envelop the rein. Now, you have a feel of the horse's mouth. You close your legs, and that horse moves up and takes a frank hold of the bit of the rider's hands. He is pulling. Yes, he is pulling. He's pulling straight ahead, not down, but just straight ahead. Once a horse is what we call in your hands on the bit in that simple, basic way, then he can understand the rein signals, the rein aids they're called, the neck rein, the leading rein, the direct rein. Just in a simple way a horse has to be put to the bit. Now the second stage of that, which as you see is much more difficult to teach people, it takes a longer time, is the horse moves up into that bit, pushes against that bit, and in the second stage, see, watch, this is the first stage. This is the first stage. That's the bit there. This is the first stage, and I go up right against it and push against it. That's all that's necessary for what we have to do, hunter-jumper. Now the second stage, if I keep urging and holding him, what does he do? Moves away from the bit. But that's much more complicated. That's called flexion. That's called flexion. Most people do it wrong or don't do it. They put on a draw rein. If you see somebody with a draw rein, I don't care how expert, that tells you they don't yet have what are called educated hands. They don't know how to do that. They shouldn't use draw reins. Now, we'll just take an exercise, girls, at a walk. A horse is pulling about 3 pounds. At a slow trot, 3 to 5 pounds. You'll see as the rate of speed increases, you'll feel more in your hands. Posting trot, 5 pounds. At a canter, we'll say up to 10 pounds. And a gallop would be, say, 10, 15, 20 pounds. Put your horses to the right. Separate out. Walk your horses out. Now they have a steady feel. Close your fingers. I want those hands over the horses with them. Don't people try to put the horse on the bit by pulling their heads down. Now, if that horse, Danny, doesn't move up into the bit, use your spurs. If necessary, you saw me frequently here, I use a crop of the saddle. I want your hands a little higher and a little closer together, Amber. Now, this horse is okay of hers. You'll see the rein. Teachers watch the rein. Is that rein loose? No good. Is that rein slack? No good. Is that rein heavy and too tight? No good. That rein should be taut. It should be what we used to call a frank hold of the bit. That horse takes a frank, steady hold of that bit, and he carries you forward. You don't carry him forward, he carries you forward. If a horse shakes his head, people, close your hand. Close your fingers. Don't lower your hand. Don't pull the horse. Just close your hand and with your legs put him to the bit. That's a sign the horse is not taking the bit. So if that horse shakes that head, close your fingers with that leg, put that inside leg on him, put the horse to the bit, so he takes a steady, definite hold. Now put your horse to a slow sitting trot. Slow sitting trot. And the pressure in your hands, this is right. You watch her rein, and her rein is taut. It's not too heavy, It's not raise your hands a little. That's it. You're very prone, people, when a horse raises his head, to lower your hands, which is not the best way to put the horse to the bit. Post and drop. They keep that heel, that leg, close your fingers, that's it. See, that's what that rein looks like. A little, I want them a little stronger, Amber, a little leg, a little hand. If I want that horse a little stronger on the bit, hands together, hands together. You have that habit of spreading, dropping, and sawing. Keep those hands together and get that horse to the bit with your inside leg. I want him stronger, not faster. So if that horse isn't stronger, use that inside leg. Keep your hands higher. Don't try to pull the head down. Most people have that habit. When that horse's head goes up, raise your hands and ask him to lower his head with your inside leg. That pushes the horse to the bit. This girl has it right. Her legs are too far back, Natalie. That right leg goes too far back, and it gets you ahead of your horse. Perfectly steady hands, Amber. No seesawing back and forth. Teachers, that's a crime. If you teach what they all do today, sawing of their hands. Walk. Now, the question is, walking, do you keep your horse up to the bit with your legs? Hands together, hands together. Lay a stick on him, Abby. There, you feel him move up into your hands. Now, people canter. Now, the horses will in canter be almost all of them well up in the hand. From the nature of the canter, they'll be well up in those hands. Keep those hands up, close together. That's it. If that horse shakes his head, close your hand and push the horse to the bit with your inside leg, the outside rein. You separate, Amber, separate. Now you'll see, especially walking and cantering, the suppleness of the elbow. You'll see, Amber, separate. You'll see that elbow oscillate back and forth. It doesn't happen at a trot because a horse's head and neck is stationary at a trot. Now get up in a galloping position, go a little faster. The elasticity of the contact, people, is reflected through the elbow. If that elbow goes back and forth like this one, keep that right leg forward, that right leg goes way too far back. Keep those hands up, Amber, when it gets strong like that. Put your foot in that stirrup, Danny, not the tip of your toe. Post and drop. Now after the excitement of that gallop, the horses will be well hands together. But I tell you over and over again, hands closer together. The horses after that exciting gallop, they'll be well in hand. They'll be well in a very basic way on the bit. Close those fingers. That's it. If I want that horse rounder, if I want that head down, people, I do what I call leg to hand. Just the same thing. I ask with my inside leg that that horse take the bit, drop his head, and I steady with the outside rein. So over and over again, Danny, inside leg, outside rein, relax. There's always relaxation between the action. Inside leg, outside rein, relax. Inside leg, outside rein, relax. Bring your horses back in.